LaMarta. Morning to you once again, ladies. Badisha, let's start with the Mirror, because they're obviously covering, it's in most of the papers, Philip Schofield and the fact that he has left ITV with immediate effect.
Yeah, it's quite astonishing how a career can end like this after literally decades of a huge amount of public goodwill, no scandals, absolutely nothing. Philip Schofield is, after decades, leaving ITV, and he's really issued a kind of mea culpa based on his relatively lengthy on-off affair with a much younger colleague, a young guy runner that he worked with, but also an admission that he has lied across the board to family and friends, agents, colleagues, you name it. I'm obviously not impressed by any of this kind of behavior. I think that lying and cheating is immoral in a general human sense. I don't mean that in any extreme way at all. But what's so odd and embarrassing about this is that I'm thinking about his wife and his daughters. The wife is often described as sort of long-suffering and devoted, and I just think that it's very uncomfortable to watch women and girls being humiliated and embarrassed like this and being represented as collateral damage in some other person's terrible choices and decisions and deceptions. It's not that I think that Philip Schofield has done something really egregiously wrong or criminal or abusive in a deep way, but I don't like that this has become embarrassing gossip for the completely innocent women and girls who are now seen as being bit players in a drama, when actually their own entire sense of identity and position and relationship towards him and towards each other and what they thought to be true and reliable is now being questioned in, I think, quite a traumatic way. I would hate something like this to happen to me, and we shouldn't mourn the death of someone's long career more than we mourn the suffering of the women and the girls who are involved in this whole drama.
Certainly, we're being led to believe that there's more to come in this story, according to the reporter from the Daily Mail who broke that story. Dawn, you're nodding your head. Thoughts?
I couldn't agree with Badisha more on that one, and also to mention Philip's poor mum. She is 85. We know that Philip went down to Cornwall to actually escape some of the heat that was happening in London. That's where he's from. And obviously his poor mum has also had to recently deal with his with Philip's brother being convicted of sex offences, and he's currently serving time for that. So, the poor mum is 85 years old, but Badisha is so right. It's the collateral damage of what the wife and the daughter and all the women surrounding Philip Schofield are going through. I just can't imagine waking up today being any of those women and thinking, oh God, another day going through all this. It must be awful.
Dawn, we'll stay with you actually, because we want to talk about, this is page 11, it's from The Sun, and it's around the Madeleine McCann and this latest police search. Dawn.
Well, hopefully, oh my God, yeah, again, talking of families suffering, what the McCanns have been through for the last, how long has it been? 17 years now. It's just horrendous, isn't it? Maddie McCann, as we all know now, disappeared when she was 3 years old while on holiday with her family in Praia da Luz in Portugal, and there for the last 3 days there has been, following a credible evidence tip-off, that there have been 3 police forces, the Germans, the Portuguese and the English, searching a reservoir that was 30 miles away from where Maddie went missing, and this is where the prime suspect, who is a convicted rapist called Christian Bruckner, who is currently serving time in a German prison, was last seen. He loved that area, posted pictures himself there back when Maddie disappeared. So they say the latest news is they have found some evidence, and you hope that maybe it is linked to the Maddie case. We don't know, and the Portuguese press is saying it could take months before any results are actually known. But you just can't imagine the pain this family are going through. And I think obviously I've covered this story over the years, and what made me think long and hard about it recently was the fact that it would have been Maddie's 20th birthday on the 12th of May this year, and you had this little image of this cute little girl with a little toy and a little sun hat on holiday. And, you know, I mean, please God, she's still with us. We don't know what happened to Maddie. But she would have been 20 this year, and her baby twin brother and sister are now 18 years old. So much time, so much pain. So you can only hope that there is some closure sooner rather than later for the McCann family.
Absolutely. Badisha, shall we talk about Prince Harry now? He's back in the papers, and this time it's over the phone hacking and the civil case with the Daily Mirror.
Even your sense of tiredness around this story is how most people, I think, feel by this point, that this is like a soap opera drama that rolls on and on and on. The litigious prince is back in the courts. He recently lost a Home Office challenge that in which he asked if he could somehow get police protection, which was denied. He's still embroiled in action against the Mirror Group regarding phone hacking and all of the kind of paparazzi tabloid behavior that he's been campaigning against, I think very legitimately for a long time. It's something lots of celebrities go through, but he's now been denied his request to bring in a handful of new witnesses because the other side is saying, look, excuse me, this is all a bit soon. We don't have enough time to prepare. Who are these 3 people you want to bring in at the last minute? And even though Prince Harry is a prince, he has lots and lots on his side. He's got a lot of money, connections. So this is not a very unequal fight. It's not like an ordinary person going up against a big media conglomerate. I still think that he probably will not prevail in this action.
Okay, we'll see. Dawn, should we talk about travel chaos? It's in the Express. It's got this double-page spread. It's not a bank holiday, is it? Our reporter Emma Birchley was saying it's not a bank holiday unless there's travel chaos somewhere in the UK.
And honestly, Leah, I've been working on newspapers for nearly, 37 years now. And every bank holiday during that period, it's been travel chaos and the weather. Every bank holiday, literally. This one is mostly down to British Airways. Gee, thanks, boys. And it's like 2 days of chaos because they had a tech failure, basically. 175 flights, mostly European and in this country. And 20,000 people were affected by it. And they've got previous to this, remember, Leah?
Yes, last Christmas.
They also had an problem. And back in 2017, I think they managed to strand 75,000 passengers for a similar issue. So they are saying, British Airways are now saying the issue is sorted. They probably, turned it off, turned it on again, like we all do with IT problems. And flights are now taking off as normal. But again, busiest weekend since the pandemic for families travelling away. Bank holiday, start half term. So good luck, anyone that's travelling by plane, train, or automobile today.
Absolutely.
At least you've got nice weather for it.
Yeah, we've got nice weather, but delays down at Dover. So if you are heading there, plenty of time. Badisha, really quickly, this is in the Eye, page 18. Extra crumbly flakes causing problems for ice cream sellers. What's this all about?
Well, they're called flakes, so they're meant to be flaky. That's why they're called flakes, but they're too flaky because don't jam into the main bit of the ice cream. If you're an ice cream man or an ice cream lady, you're having trouble with your flakes because ever since they moved the flake-making plant abroad, they're just too flaky and they won't go into the ice cream, you see. Those lovely firm models you see in that picture there, apparently they come from the German factory because it's better than the other factory.
Oh, well, Dawn, 99 problems, but a flake ain't one. I mean, come on.
That's my favourite story of the day. At least it's fun, but I'm sure someone somewhere along the line will blame Brexit or something or other. It's just an ice cream. Just stick some chocolate in it. Other chocolate is available. Finger and fudge might be quite nice. I quite like. They're quite firm, aren't they? They stay in the ice cream. Just a thought.
Hey, Dawn, while I've got you there, can we talk about Rwanda? Because this is back in the sun, just very briefly, ending on quite a serious note, I suppose. But there's fury, isn't there, about the people getting involved?
I have to be honest, I picked this story because I like the headline. Rwanda fury over a bashing by Archbishop. Bit cheeky there, typical tabloid, Saturday morning, come on, we could have a giggle. But the serious story is Rwanda's High Commissioner to the UK, Johnston Singai, I hope I pronounced that correctly, is having a go at the Archbishop of Canterbury for spreading outdated and frankly backwards impressions of the country of Rwanda over the immigration plan there. And the High Commissioner is saying, look, this is this is still, you know, your attitude, and by spreading the damage you are basically maligning the country of Rwanda, you know, you're probably adding to more people dying in the channel as opposed to
Thank you, Dawn.
coming. So it's a good headline, but an incredibly serious story.
Ladies, thank you so much. We've run out of time there, but we'll speak very soon. This is Sky News Breakfast. We'll be having more news on Boris Johnson and those lockdown rules later. See you in the next hour.
Mr. Johnson, well done.